What's up, guys? I am working on my Rapido. It is about 9 o'clock at night, and I'm going to make a little video about how to create your own custom M codes. So basically the way this works is that you can, through the parameters, you can set up a call, right? And it'll be an M code. So I'm using M700 for a cutoff call. So it's basically going to, I have a bunch of macros that I'm reading through the program and I'm setting. And then anytime I decide to do an M700, it'll call the cutoff tool up. I always use tool 12, so that never changes. And then it'll look at how long my part is, what my feed rate needs to be, what my surface footage needs to be, all those different parameters that I've set through the program. And all that's going to be done just with an M700. It'll do all of that. I'll go through a lot of the macros, hopefully in the next, month or so maybe. But I just wanted to show you that you can create your own M code. So if you go into the maintenance page, where all your parameters are, go into parameter, and then you page over 3 or 4 times until you see macro list. You go to macro list, you have 10 different M codes that you can set, and then 10 different G codes that you can set. So these parameters are grouped in threes: 7001, 2, and 3. The first parameter controls what M code is going to call or is going to be used to call something. So right, like at let's see, this one is M40. The type is 1. I'd have to go and look up exactly what that means, but I always use type 1. And then the program number, so anytime that M40 is called, it's going to jump into subprogram 9001. Run that program and then jump back into your main program or wherever it came from. You can do this in MDI as well. So you can see we got a bunch in here. Some of these come from the factory. The M40 is asynchronous between the main and the sub. M61 and 2 are spindle phasing and C-axis and spindle phasing. M63 is cancel. And then I've created these ones. A lot of this I did this when I was at Eurotech working with other apps guys. But I have, 500, 700, 800, let's see, 900, and then I'm going to do, I already have 700 in there. But 700 is the one that I'm going to use now. So I'm going to set it to run that, and all I have to do is in my library for my, here it is right here. I need to change the file name. It's actually 9701, not 9700. I just downloaded it into here. So I still need to change the name on that. But every time I do an M700, only in channel 1, because that's the only place that I've set it up, it's going to run through this program. And basically it's just going to do a top cut for me. So in every single program, after I change a bar, do a bar change, I'm just going to execute an M700. So, one line instead of all these lines, right? And the reason I can do that is because I'm using a bunch of the macros set at the top of my program already. And then all of these will be read. Now we do this as a standard, and that's why it works well. If you're not going to do it as a standard, it's probably not worth doing. But if you set it that way from the get-go, and basically set up your entire machine with macros and values and have all that parameterized out, this is awesome. Setting it up like this, I think, is awesome. I think it's easier for a programmer, operator, and I think it's faster when you get down into making parts, doing setups, doing changeovers, special things. So anyways, that's how I do it. Again, if you set the parameters correctly, you can, with an M code, call a sub-program. And that's the basics of it. You can also do those with G codes. Those are kind of cool too. But yeah, that's how you do it. And this is an M700 control. I believe you can do it with any M700. or any M7 series, but also the M8 series that's now been out for a couple of years. So that's it. Thanks, guys.